Hi, I'm Wendell and the Witch, or Wendy the Witch, whatever you prefer to call me. Um, I have been diving into astrology. I do, or I dabble in oracle and tarot readings. I am a psychic witch, which means that I am emotionally intuitive, synchronistically intuitive. I pay attention to patterns um, and signs. I am spiritually intuitive because I could speak to deities and past loved ones and pretty much anyone through the soul connection and soul family. You could converse with pretty much anyone, at least subconsciously. Um, I also know a lot about inner child work, past life progression, past life healing, inner child healing, as well as astrology. Um, so I'm really good at like personality analysis and telling future, past, present, and future. So if anyone's interested in a reading, it's $15 each reading for each question. Um, but yeah, no, I'm excited to see if anyone comes in or anyone wants a reading because I really feel like it would be fun for me. I can learn about myself while learning about you. And it's nice to social network and form connections with people. But this is the deck that I use. It's a fairly new deck, but I really love it because I've been studying astrology and it talks about the zodiac signs, the planets, the houses, pretty much um, goes into like the idea of a birth chart, which means that you have more than one sign depending on each planet or house, depending on when you were born, where you were born, and what time. Um, so it's really fascinating, but I'm still learning about my birth chart and what that means about me and my life and my psyche. I also got this book which kind of tells more like personality analysis on each sign, each the symbolism of each planet, of each house and what it means. Um and even the asteroids to a certain degree, there's different symbolism that kind of explains things in a way that makes sense. Almost in a scientific kind of way, but not really. A little bit magic with a K. Um I'm just gonna wait for people to come in, see if they want a reading. I'm really excited to try out this deck. I haven't tried it out on anyone but myself and a friend. So I'm excited to try it out on people I necessarily don't know to see even if it's accurate, which I'd like to know. But yeah, so I'm excited to jump in. Just gonna take a vape break. I I really do love astrology though. I find it really fascinating. And by the way, I do have a blinking problem. So if anyone noticed I'm blinking a lot, I'm not sure if it's a nervous tick or if it's because I got lash extensions that made well they essentially glued nail glue to my eyelids. So I'm not sure if that has an effect on my blinking issue. But by the way, I do the first reading free. Anything after that costs $15. So I'm very excited. But yeah, I'm ready to dive into learning out about different people's signs and whatnot. Although it is 9:30 in the morning, I'm not sure people are sleeping or if they're spending time with their loved ones. It is technically Sunday. I know that's normally the day of rest, but I'm always on the grind to find out more insight on myself and my life and other people and how we're all connected. But to start off, I'm going to do a reading on myself. So when I picked up the deck, this card was facing, and this is the planet Mercury. So we're going to read Mercury to see what Mercury stands for and symbolizes in the message that I'm getting from the universe right now. So let's see. Mercury. So Mercury rules Gemini and Virgo. And Gemini is basically like your sensual, feminine, masculine side. Essentially, I'll read a little bit about Gemini. Gemini is about mischief, social wit, intellect, opinionated duality. So it represents our worst qualities and our best, bouncing back and forth between wonderfully inquisitive and deviously mischief. Gemini can show where you are intellectual, witty, and social. And its planet ruler is Mercury. Gemini wants to contribute to every topic and discussion, but gives up when it takes actual work, which is something I relate to. And my Gemini is in Mars, which is basically my divine masculine energy. So Mercury is in Gemini and Virgo, which is about basically purity and perfectionism. Basically thriving off stability. It's in the 3rd and 6th house, and the element is air. Air basically deals with situations, conflict, just basically involving people or circumstance. The 3rd and the 6th house is about, we're going to find out. The 3rd house is about the realm of communication, and the 6th house is about the realm of health and habits. So its house type is work, and the 6th house is the 3rd house is, so work. This reading is involving work and communication and social. So being social. So basically is talking about what I'm doing right now, basically. But so Mercury's symbols are pale blue gems, birds, feathers, letters. Keywords: communicate, logic, mental pursuits, intelligence, routine, and socializing. Mercury is a planet of our mental faculties. How we learn and how we relay information is determined by its placement. Just like how our brain sends signals to other parts of our bodies, Mercury is always sending and receiving bits of information in the cosmos. You've probably heard of a person described as mercurial, someone whose mind is always changing at the speed of light. Chances are they have strong Mercury placements in their natal chart, so their birth chart. Whether you're chatty and personal or quiet and introspective, Mercury is the ruler of this realm. The more aspects Mercury has to your sun, the more prominent these traits will be. If you have been expecting news or communication about an important issue, it's right around the corner. Our brain is an amazing organ. It keeps the rest of our body working. It tells our heart when to beat and makes sure we eat food and drink water, and it lets us communicate our needs. Mercury in a reading signals that you must take those needs known. Not expressing yourself leads to a buildup of anxiety. You can't expect other people to read your mind. So it's about communicating, which is something that I'm doing right now. I'm going to ask if anyone is going to come in my room. I got Hygienia and 3rd house. So I got an asteroid, Hygienia, and 3rd house, which explains the basis of the question. So 3rd house, remember, if I had the best memory, is about being social, and hygienia, communication, Alex. Okay. And then the hygienia, which is an asteroid, says healing, cleaning, hygiene, medicine. Um, so mental health is often neglected and simultaneously stigmatized, and this accepts hygiene a great deal. Um, so basically, it deals with mental illness and communication. So it seems as though part of my mission would be to talk about healing and creating a positive mindset because that's what mental health is all about. It's about diving into your emotions and your mind. And that's honestly what I want to help people with, but through Oracle and Tarot, not necessarily through psychiatric medicine. And, um, this is also a form of therapy. It's holistic therapy, but it still is what it is. And then I got sixth house. Sixth house says the realm of health and habits. So it's about stability and commitment, whether or not it falls through. It's about creating the habits in order to gain momentum. Um, Not everything has to be a perfect result every time. I need to keep pushing forward and create a daily routine and habit in order to get to that place. And um, that type of progress takes time. Then I got the first house, which deals with creativity. So I have to keep my creative juices flowing. I can't stop at any point. It's good to take mental breaks, but I have to keep pushing through my creativity. One thing they say is fake it until you make it. We all have different masks we need to put on from time to time to get through the day. And there is no shame in that. Using what resources you have is a smart move. So I need to take advantage of my resources, especially in this time and age with the internet. And then it says Aries. So Aries in my chart um is in Venus, the planet Venus, which is the planet of love. Aries is a very masculine but very sensual, open, flirty person. So it's basically saying to use my sensuality to get people to come in. So I'm gonna try again.